So what can you do? From a spend point of view, you could increase the level of your spend. You could bundle services together, award more business, consolidate business, and so on. So that would deal with the spend, and you become a bigger fish to that supplier and a more important customer. But if that's not feasible, or what else can you do as well as doing that, is making your account more attractive. So how do you convince your supplier that your company is a good long-term bet and a company that the supplier should invest in over the long term? Okay, well, there are a number of actions that you can take. Okay, so there's some of them are really, really basic, what I call hygiene factors. So pay your suppliers on time. Okay, number one. Number two, allow them to make an acceptable margin. You know, don't go negotiating and penny pinch every single line of cost that they have. If you are going to address cost, make sure it is cost and not price, and address that in a collaborative way, removing cost and waste out of the deal for both parties so that both parties win. The third thing is to be as easy as possible to deal with. If you can eliminate or streamline processes, have one portal for the suppliers to access. Don't change the supplier counterpart every 6 months. Don't introduce new bureaucracy for the supplier to deal with. Then that's going to help you become more attractive. Also, be open and transparent with communication. Okay? If you build up that trust through openness and transparency, the supplier is likely to find you more easy to deal with and make your account easier to service, lower cost to service, and therefore more attractive for that supplier. Share your plans where you can. If it's not confidential, of course, share your plans with them so the supplier feels involved in part of your growth journey or your broader objectives rather than just the transactional day-to-day. And lastly, follow through on your commitments. Do what you say you're going to do. Okay? If you are going to ask suppliers for innovations, at the very least, thank them for it, and where they're not appropriate, tell them, rather than just leave them hanging without answering their response on your innovation query, which they put a lot of effort into doing. And lastly, I'll leave with this. So suppliers choose where they're going to allocate their resources, okay? Just like they would do for any of their customers. So if you want to have the best resources, the best service, best quality, the most favourable commercial terms, access to innovation, you want to be up here, high attractiveness of account. Okay? And these are the steps that we've covered will help you get there. If you're in nuisance or exploitable, you're in a risky position. So what actions will you take to remove yourself from nuisance and exploitable to bring less risk to your business? If you want to find out more about this topic and more, I have 5 courses on LinkedIn Learning, all procurement. So please have a look on there. Martin John is my name, and feel free to dive in and look at those courses. You might learn 1 or 2 things. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.